Cup qualifying Ecuador vs Chile prediction, team news, lineups preview. Two nations suffering from off-the-pitch issues meet in Quito in World Cup qualifying on Tuesday, when Ecuador hosts Chile. Chile saw manager Eduardo Berizzo resign after a draw with Paraguay on Thursday, and Ecuador are fighting to get into contention despite starting with a 3-point deduction. Match preview. An awful result on Thursday saw the end of Berizzo's tenure in charge of Chile, as he took it upon himself to resign after they were held by 10-man Paraguay at home. Despite having a man advantage for almost half of the match, Chile never truly threatened and looked clueless as they limped to a 0-0 draw, leaving their qualification hopes hanging in the balance. Chile's talisman Alexis Sanchez apologized to his now former manager in the aftermath of the game for his and his teammates' performances, but Berizzo is now gone and been replaced by caretaker Nicolas Cordova. Berizzo's future was already in doubt after a bruising 3-0 defeat to Venezuela last month, and Thursday's draw means they have won just one of their opening 5 qualifiers against bottom-placed Peru. After surprisingly missing out on the last 2 World Cups, the Chilean FA will be determined not to fail once again, especially given the expanded format. Chile currently sit 8th, with the top 6 qualifying automatically and 7th going into an interconfederation playoff. It is still early days though, and Chile sit level on points with Ecuador and Paraguay, who are both in the top 7. But they are yet to face Brazil or Argentina, who very rarely give up points easily in qualifying. After being handicapped by starting on -3 points due to the Byron Castillo debacle from the previous qualifying campaign, Ecuador are still showing fine form in attempts to overcome that early disadvantage. Despite the penalty, they are in the top 6 entering this match day ahead of Paraguay and Chile on goal difference. That is despite them not being the most pleasing side to watch for the neutral, as 18 of their last 25 matches have witnessed 2 goals or fewer. Defensive solidity has unsurprisingly been key to their recent success, as they went into the last World Cup on the back of 6 straight clean sheets, before also keeping one in the tournament opener versus Qatar. Felix Sanchez Boss's side kept another 2 in their last 2 games, both of which ended 0-0 against Colombia and Venezuela. Those results followed 2 wins across September and October's windows, where Ecuador saw off Bolivia and remain the only side to have beaten Uruguay up to now. Team news. Ecuador will be without their 2 most influential players in the form of captain Iner Valencia and offensive fullback Pervis Estupinan due to injury here. Winger Gonzalo Plata is also absent, along with Joner Chavez, who was a late withdrawal from the squad. Hernan Galindez was the Ecuador #1 during the World Cup, but he appears to have lost his place to the much younger Moises Ramirez. And in his absence this month, fellow veteran Alexander Dominguez has started instead. Chile will be without Victor Mendez after he was sent off late on as a substitute in the draw with Paraguay. The visitors have seen their defensive options decimated, as a late pullout by Matias Fernandez means he joins Juan Delgado, Nael Mesatu, and Benjamin Kasimic on the sidelines. Many players were dropped by Berizzo when he initially named his squad too, including Charles Aranguez and Diego Valdez. Sanchez is set to earn his 160th cap for his country, but one cap Bruno Barticciotto, who scored 2 on his debut, remains out injured. Ecuador possible starting lineup: Dominguez, Preciado, Torres, Pacho, Hincapi, Franco, M. Caicedo, Cifuentes, Paez, Rodriguez, Sornosa. Chile possible starting lineup: Cortez, Diaz, Medel, Maripan, Suazo, Pulgar, Echeverria, Davila, Alexis, Brereton Diaz, Di Pizarro. We say, Ecuador 0-0 Chile. Ecuador have been steady if not spectacular so far and will expect to claim another result against a Chile side in disarray. The visitors will have to regroup quickly after the resignation of their manager just a few days ago, and an away trip to a side notoriously stingy in defense is not the ideal fixture. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.